The following is a presentation of TFNN. The Tom O'Brien Show is produced every business day. Tom takes your phone calls toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-445-1044.
Let's go to Marty in Worcester, Mass. Hey, Marty, what's going on?
Hi, Mr. O'Brien. Got a quick little thing here.
Yeah?
It's called patience and perseverance.
Okay.
Patience. I heard a goddess yelling the magic silent word, and methinks I must be smelling pokey money round the world. Perseverance. When markets roil like stormy seas, good traders seek safe port. In financial times like these, you need Tom O'Brien's gold report.
You are too much, Marty, man. That is so cool. But listen, man, I really appreciate that.
Now, Tom O'Brien.
Welcome, folks. This is Tom O'Brien of TFNN. We go 5 days a week. We go 10 hours a day. We go 24 hours a day on the internet at TFNN.com. Always remember, folks, whatever you think about, you bring about. Whatever you focus on grows. Hope everyone's having a great day, safe day. Let's make it a great night, folks. This quote's by an unknown author. If you believe in yourself, so will others. Market-wise, let's take a look at it out here. We have the Dow Industrials down 10, NASDAQ off 29, S&P's off 5.5, gold contract up $27.90, trading at $12.03 an ounce. Silver up 74 cents at $16.38 an ounce. Platinum up 25 at $1,149 an ounce. Copper up 2.5 pennies at $2.77 a pound. Light sweet crude flat at $57 even a barrel. Bonds, we have the 10-year down 2 ticks, 129.10. 30-year up 8 at 162.26. And King Dollar down 204 ticks, trading at 96.86. You get the euro up 12 at 108. And we have the yen up 10, trading at 119.09. Our phone number is 877-927-6648. Give us a call, folks. Want to know what's going on in your world. In the world of the S&Ps, let's take a look at them. This is going to get wild watching this whole thing shake out. We get Apple coming out after the close. That's going to affect the NDX 100 as well as the NASDAQ. What is smoking the NASDAQ today, folks, is the biotech index. So first we go to the SPYs. And when we take a look at the SPYs, what you're going to have out here is this. All the indices, by the way, except for the Dow, got to a new high today. They're giving it up on price, on volume, with the test, the whole ball of wax. The SPY right now is trading at 211.12. We got to a price point of 212.48, which took out the 25th of February's high. You're going to close underneath it. Bottom line, we'll see whether we get volume off the high. So it failed at its high. We go to the IWM. You look at the Russell 2000, what we have with the Russell 2000. Same type of setup. And the Russell, what the Russell has done is this. The Russell's coming off its high with volume again. Bottom line, it's saying, hey, man, these small caps, they're not going to be able to handle it. So it's going to be wild watching this shake out because we have an expansion of volume on the small caps today after it tried to take out its high. It didn't get to the 127.13. The actual Russell 2000, however, when you look at the actual index versus the ETF structure, the Russell index got to 1275.80. That spike high on the 15th was higher. It was 1278. Oh, this is cool. Hold it. No, we got to 1275. No, we didn't get to it. It was 1278.50. Bottom line is that what you have is this. You have the small caps that came off the high. The first high that was established out there was the 23rd. We came off that high on the 25th of March with volume. You go back up. You have lighter volume at the high on March 15th, on April 15th, rather. You come back down. As we come back down the first time on April 17th, you have volume. You went up and tested again with lighter volume. You're coming off with volume again. That's saying that small caps right now are at 124.53. That's saying it's going to go after the 121.54. Now, the NDX 100, we take a look at the 3 Qs. What do we have with the 3 Qs? And we're going to have some, after this close out here is going to be dynamite, folks. So the 3 Qs. 3 Qs broke out, got to a price point of 111.16. You're trading at 110.19. Now, we pulled up there, and you have lighter volume, and you're trading lower. We'll see where Apple shakes out after the close. But the way Apple is trading right now, bottom line, looks to me like Apple's not going to handle this higher price after the close. Now, this is going to be wild watching this whole thing shake out. The reason being, of course, is that when you look at Amazon, when you look at these other equities, they blasted higher. I mean, big time, too. What Apple has done thus far is this. Apple has hit 133.13. The high was 133.60. Haven't made that level yet. Trading down slightly, nothing heavy. What you have, we'll watch this coming into the 4 o'clock close. But the way this is set up right now, that's telling me that Apple, they're going to be selling off Apple coming into the close. Now, what is affecting the NASDAQ big time is this, is that the IBB, which has been on fire, okay, this baby powered the NASDAQ higher in an incredible way, no doubt. The IBB is down 15 bucks today with an expansion of volume, and that is not the first time. It's the second time down. Bottom line, IBB is going to make a run after this swing low out here, which is 333.78. You're at 348. What is that going to do? We'll see whether we break that low with volume, but that's going to intensify the selling inside the NASDAQ and the NDX, well, yeah, in both NASDAQ and the NDX 100. Gold contract. What do we have with gold? Bottom line, gold rejects lower price on a continual basis, goes top side, wide price spread, accelerated volume. You get gold in an ABC structure on the way up. This is going to be really cool watching this shake out, because what we had in gold is this. So gold today has done 191,000 contracts. We haven't done 191,000 contracts in the last 3 months. Bottom line is that you're powering into the B point with monster volume. The last time that gold came up here, this is what we did. The B point on ABC structure on the way up is at 1220. When we basically went back over that B point, we missed it by 6,000 contracts. It turned into a complex ABC structure. It came back down, had lighter volume than it went up on, powered through that baby today with wide price spread, accelerated volume. And what did, and this is where the divergence was, the GLD always was a complex ABC structure on the way up. If you got the gold report, you know that we basically bisected and dissected that baby. What you have is this. And when there is divergence, okay, it can break either way, but the bottom line, you're getting confirmation out here today that you're tackling the B point again in the GLD. The B point is 115.84. We've hit 115.82. We've done 6 million shares. The B point's only 5.4 million. So this is a complex ABC structure on the way up. You got 119 as the price point, and if you want to go over, we'll go right back into the actual gold contract. That's going to equate into about a 1260 gold price. Silver, we go take a look at the silver market. Silver has silver's volatile, man, but when that wants to go, it wants to go. Silver's up 4.5% today, where gold is up 2.33. So you can see that silver basically is twice as volatile on the way up and on the way down. Silver was giving us a clue, though, the last couple days of last week. And it's really cool, folks, okay, looking at all of those contexts of how they're trading. What are you looking for? You're always looking for what type of information is the market releasing. Silver today, let me tell you something, man. It's powering up in an extraordinary way. We get 67,000 contracts traded. Bottom line, silver's going to make this run up to the 1740 area. I expect what you're going to see is it's going to run to 1850. Really sweet deal. Wide price spread, accelerated volume. And what does happen in a C to D ABC structure on the way up, folks, what is it? It's a straight line move. That's what you can expect. We go to the dollar index. Now, dollar index, what we have with the dollar index is this. And I expect what you're going to see is that the dollar index is going to break down, and this is going to be probably all about the aspect. We have the Fed meeting on the 29th, okay? So bottom line is that we get a Fed meeting this week. That is going to basically set up a failure inside the dollar. The dollar index right now is trading at 96.91, and what you're doing there, you're coming into the lowest swing point of 96.49. We've done 39,000 contracts today, so that's not a huge amount of contracts, no doubt. What you do have, however, though, is that you haven't hit the lowest swing point yet. So what this baby's going to do tomorrow, it's going to wake up, it's going to go after that lower swing point, and we'll see, bottom line, does it take it out with volume or not? Okay, so where are we going to go next? We're going to go, folks, you know, I've been talking about this October 15th swing low for a long time. Equities have moved down to the October 15th swing low, and many of them have. I mean, big time, okay? So the S&P, the October 15th swing low, man, it's so far down, it's like crazy, okay? We're at 2112 on the cash S&P. And when you take a look at the October 15th swing low, you're talking about 1820. Well, guess what? Go over to Applied Materials. Applied Materials comes off the high of $26, moves down, gaps down lower today. Guess where it's going, folks? Screaming. These high volume lows are screaming. That's where this market's going, folks. This is Tom O'Brien. This is TFNN. You stay right there. We're coming right back.
If you're an active trader looking for that extra edge when it comes to trading and investments, then now is a great time to get a 2-week free trial to Tom O'Brien's daily market letter, Market Insights. Tom O'Brien's daily newsletter, Market Insights, comes out every market day at around 9:30 a.m. and provides Tom's daily commentary on the broad market, including the Dow, NASDAQ, and S&P, plus specific trade recommendations. There's even an update published most afternoons to keep you informed about the day's market activity. He'll give you the entry price, price target, and stop price of each stock and option trade. With Market Insights, there's nothing left to guessing. For all the details and to get your 2-week free trial to Market Insights started today, visit TFNN.com.
In quiet markets, investors search for new trading opportunities. We'd like to introduce you to a new product that provides opportunities even in flat markets. Nadex, the North American Derivatives Exchange, is a new and innovative Chicago-based exchange registered with the Commodity Futures Trading Commission, and unlike most other exchanges, Nadex allows you to trade directly through them with direct market access when using their trading platform. Nadex never charges a fee to use their platform, which even includes real-time charts and full customization capability. Nadex's unique short-term binary options allow traders and investors to capitalize on strategies even when the underlying markets are quiet. Nadex's innovation has allowed them to come up with a line of unique trading products that are unavailable anywhere else. See how it works at nadex.com. That's NADEX.com, or click on the Nadex banner on the front page of TFNN.com. Futures and options trading involves risk and may not be appropriate for all investors. You take a hands-on approach to managing your investments, and whether you're bullish or bearish on Chinese stocks, the ETFs from Direction Shares are there to help you magnify your perspective. Bull ETFs for a rising market and bear ETFs for a falling market. Direction Shares gives you the tools for both sides of the trade. Discover how we can help at DirectionShares.com today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction Shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction Shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction Shares at 800-851-0511. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors employing dynamic strategies. Investors in the fund should understand the consequences of seeking daily investment results, understand the risk of shorting, and intend to actively monitor and manage their investments. Distributor, Foresight Fund Services, LLC.
Trade with confidence and clarity while using the software that thousands of institutional traders rely on to make the best and most accurate decisions. Choose from 1,000 equities, currencies, and futures instruments utilizing the TAS architecture. As seen on Bloomberg terminals worldwide, the TAS Profile Scanner is a benchmark technical filtering system that thousands of traders rely on, and now you can too. For a limited time for TFNN subscribers only, we've reduced the price to just $97. That's over 75% off. John Logan hosted a special subscriber-only webinar in December, and you'll gain access to that archive as well, so you can learn exactly what the TAS Profile Scanner can do for you. Try this product out. No matter what you trade, the TAS Profile Scanner can help you make more informed trading decisions. There's no obligation to pay anything. Don't let this offer pass you by. Get your 30-day free trial to the TAS Profile Scanner today by signing up at TFNN.com. Tom takes your phone calls now. Toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-445-1044.
Welcome back, folks. 877-927-6648. So let's go over and take a look at AMAT. So what you have with AMAT, folks, is this. We're talking about the high volume swing low right across all the market indices. What AMAT has done out here today, gap down 10%. Now, this is an equity that came off. Let's just pull this back a little so you can see how this whole thing shakes out, because one by one, all these equities are just doing it. October 15th, swing low on AMAT. The high of the low is $20.34. The low is $18.63. So what does it do? It runs top side all the way from this $18 area, goes all the way up to $25.71. Then what does it do? Gives it up, comes off the high with volume. Now you get real damage. It gaps lower. It's into the high volume swing low. But you know what you have, and this is what you want to wrap your head around too, is that now you have a higher volume coming into the swing low. Okay, so this thing's going to croak 1863, and what you're going to end up seeing out here somewhere about 1794. Bottom line, it's a huge heads up right across all the indices once again, folks. Inside the Dow Industrials, strength versus weakness, this is what we have out here. So the strength inside the Dow is that you get DuPont up 358, Intel is up 39 cents, Apple is up 128, and Caterpillar is up 55. Taken away from it on the way down, you get United Health down 244, Big Mac, McDonald's is off 199, Pfizer is off 67, and Home Depot is down 189. Inside the NDX 100, what's powering it forward versus bringing it down? Tesla is the mover today in the NDX 100. That's up 14 bucks. You have Fastenal up 90 cents. Baidu is up 424, and you get Netflix up $9. Taken away, number one, AMAT. AMAT's down 210. Mylan Pharmaceutical, and that's going to be interesting because that's coming in with numbers after the close. Vertex Pharmaceuticals off 587, and you got Mattel down 132. Let's go to Brent in Martinez, California. Hey, Brent, what's going on?
I'm doing just great, Tom. How about you today?
Doing great, man. Thanks for calling. Thanks for holding. Appreciate it, man.
I was calling about Freeport McMoran today. I own or bought 500 shares at 1776. My question was in regards to, it looks like on a daily and a weekly, it might be getting close to finishing the AB equals CD. Can you take a look?
Yeah, you get Freeport McMoran, folks, okay? This is a natural resource company. They're huge in the copper business and the gold business and in the oil and gas business, okay? So when these things were going down, it was disgusting. There's no two ways about that. Good old Freeport McMoran was taking the dive in an extraordinary way. The equity went from basically $40 down into $16. Now, just the opposite is going on, where they have the, just as Brent says, the first A to B equals C to D is finishing up. You know, I suspect this thing's going to probably, more than likely, you're at 21.95. You know, 22.70 is gained pretty easy here. That's what it comes down to. It would be nice to see the volume heavier today. Do you know what I mean? You had 21 million shares, and if you, you know, that first burst forward on the 15th had 42. You're coming into the downdraft. Let's bring this over. Coming into that downdraft from the 14th. Let's see, 14th of January, 13th of January, with 30 million. Right now, I would stay right there. I mean, this is what we have happening, Brent and folks. Commodities right now are moving. Metal commodities in particular are really moving. And if we're in a D to C, I mean a C to D of an ABC structure in the way up, which I think we are, you're going to see, it's going to be volatile, but you're going to see some fast movement, man.
Very good. Would you mind looking at one other one, Tom?
Sure.
Do you know anything about Taseko Mines, TGB?
Let's take a look at it, okay? So both of these equities that he's talking about, too, folks, we own both of them. Taseko, so this is how this works. Taseko it's come off the bottom, and it's come off the bottom with force. I suspect what we're going to see here is that it's going to, you're at 79 cents. I suspect it's going to run to about 95. The problem, so this equity here, with volume behind the move, you can get a pretty intense bounce percentage-wise. The larger, so number one, I own it, okay? And I own it because the bottom line is that what has happened with this equity in general is that it came into its 2008 low, swing low, came into the 59 cents. It tested that on a monthly basis with 6.4 million shares versus 29 million. So that's why we end up buying it. Then it showed a little sign of strength. Just on a dead cat bounce, this thing can get to like $1.80. On a fundamental basis, what the problem is with this equity is that they have a large mine that they've been trying to get open forever. I don't think they're going to get it open, but when I see a stock that can go from like 50 cents to $1.80, it's a good deal, man.
Yeah, that's what it looked like. All right, thank you very much, Tom. You have a great day, and I appreciate you taking the call.
Thanks so much, man. Have a great one. Have a safe one. 877-927-6648. Apple's going to be the number coming into this close. And this is going to be a trip just watching this whole thing shake out, because each and every time, there's no doubt, Apple, comes out with big numbers, man. And I expect they're going to be big numbers. The real key is going to be, what are folks doing with the big numbers once they come out? What is inside those numbers, and, how people are going to operate on them. Some of the high volume stocks in this market right now today, you have Alcoa's up 27 cents. You have Mylan down 4.22. In fact, let's pull Mylan. Maybe Mylan. I got to look at this again and make sure they didn't. It's hard to MYL. Let's see. No, Mylan didn't come out with numbers yet. So Mylan's going to come out with numbers after the close. They got 1 million. So Mylan Pharmaceutical, what we have right now is this. Mylan's down 420, but you know what? These are big, huge takeover battles. That's a decent looking chart, actually, because Mylan went from $60 to $70.21, had the juice behind the move, did it again up at 421. So bottom line is that, it's down right now, but Mylan doesn't want to stay down. We take a look at the XLF. We take a look at the financials out here. What we have inside the XLF is that that's still trading flat. JP Morgan is off 7 cents. Just about all of them are trading flat except Goldman Sachs. Let's go take a look at Goldman. Goldman's down $1.22 right now. And Goldman Sachs, this is going to be interesting. She's building cars for a little lower price. Goldman had got over her highs, with some juice on the 15th. But now what has just happened is that Goldman's trading at 196.76, and anything inside 198, guess what? You're in the lower range again. This is Tom O'Brien. This is TFNN. You stay right there, folks. We'll be coming right back. Dow Industrials right now are down 35. The Nasdaq's off 33. S&Ps are off 8.5. Going to be right back.
You know what's cool? Taking something that's good for you. Something specifically formulated to help with weight loss, better sleep, stress reduction, and the need to detox.
Nico, our hunter and gatherer ancestors found all their nutritional requirements for health in their wild environment. But today, our food sources no longer contain the vitamins, minerals, and nutrients our bodies need to stay healthy and strong.
That's why we need Primal Edge Daily Nutrition. It includes a special blend of ionic, soil-based vitamins, minerals, fatty, and amino acids in an easy-to-use liquid form.
Primal Edge is powered by highly concentrated fulvic and humic acids, nature's preferred delivery system. They have been been called miracle molecules because, like sunlight, air, and water, life cannot exist without them.
That's right, Paige. They ensure we receive all the nutrition we need to be healthy and thrive. We take it every morning.
Primal Edge, formulated and approved by Nico and Paige of Living a Primal Lifestyle. Buy it today for just $89. Click on the Primal Edge banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
David White's newsletter, The Technology Insider, is focused like a laser on finding the next big things in technology. If you had invested only $10,000 in Microsoft in 1986, you'd have been a millionaire by 2000. Disruptive technology like Microsoft's is the key to these massive long-term profits, and the Tech Insider is the vehicle from TFNN to capitalize on these opportunities. This is the go-to newsletter that identifies, monitors, and profits on mostly little-known cutting-edge companies with great long-term prospects. David's experience is as an inventor of Emmy-winning animation products for TV and Hollywood that propelled a company public. Match that with 14 years as a full-time trader, and he's uniquely qualified to guide you through the light-speed world of ever-evolving high-tech. If you're ready to ride the next big technology bull market for less than $40 per month, log on to TFNN.com and get your 2-week free trial to the Technology Insider. Get in on the ground floor of the next big thing today.
Platinum, grains, crude oil, gold, copper, cattle, hogs, gasoline, natural gas, coffee, cotton, cocoa, and sugar. These are just some of the commodities mentioned in the most recent issue of Andy Hecht's Techno-Mental Commodity Report. Andy publishes his weekly newsletter every Thursday morning, where he breaks down the commodity market and provides his subscribers with specific trading recommendations based on his trading methodology. By signing up for a free trial to the Techno-Mental Commodity Report, you'll get a full 30 days to try out this powerful newsletter service and see for yourself the types of trades Andy has recommended for his subscribers. When you sign up for a 30-day free trial, you're under no obligation to pay anything. And should you decide to continue, you will lock in the low rate of only $79 a month. Sign up right now for the Techno-Mental Commodity Report and make sure you're ready to catch the next big trade in commodities. For more information and to get started today, visit the front page of TFNN.com.
If you're like me, you see the world's emerging nations as a very real opportunity, as these countries and their economies are developing right before our eyes. And you can rest assured that Everbank has spotted this opportunity too. In fact, they just recently unveiled the new 5-year market-safe Future Economy CD. This is a CD that could really deliver, but you only have until May 7th to take advantage. Consider the facts. If the future economy's currencies beat the US dollar over the CD term, you'll get all the upside. And should they lose? No worries. There's zero downside risk here, as you still get back 100% of your deposited principal. Intrigued yet? The May 7th funding deadline is quickly approaching, so hurry over to everbank.com/TFNN-CD for more information, including important product details and disclosures. Once again, that's everbank.com/TFNN-CD. Everbank is an equal housing lender and member FDIC.
Tiger Real Estate Opportunity Fund is currently offering 4-year first mortgages on many of the fully renovated properties that it has purchased. The first mortgages are third-party appraised with a maximum loan-to-value ratio of 70%, providing a secured investment that pays a fixed return of 5% annually, which works out to a monthly income of more than $416 per $100,000 investment with your principal intact and secured. These 4-year first mortgages are perfect for anyone looking for a secured investment that provides monthly income much like a CD. For more information, email tigerfund@tfnn.com or click on the Tiger Real Estate Opportunity Fund banner along the right side of the tfnn.com homepage, or call our office directly at 877-518-9190. There's a limited supply, so act now.
This segment is brought to you by Think or Swim. For more information, just click the Think or Swim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. We got Marvell up 17 cents. You have Disney up 71. DuPont is up 326. Walmart's down 51. Big Blue is up 60. Big Mac is down at 216. Let's go over to Big Mac for a second. That's an equity that had been getting killed. It came back, and it came back pretty good. And let's see what they're doing with it out here right now. So McDonald's right now is trading out at 96.58. And this little baby, look at that. So it just can't make it up and over the first rundown from, so McDonald's high is 103. So it's a good run back, though. There's no doubt about that. Okay, so watch this. This is interesting, man. So the longer, folks, that you consolidate at highs, particularly with light volume each and every time that you get to highs, and you have heavy volume down the way down, it's problematic big time, too. So McDonald's has been, this is intense. McDonald's has been consolidating at a high since October of 2011. And of course, we are in 2015 right now. This is going to be a big problem for McDonald's. You know, you can see it on the first rundown. On the first rundown, this is pretty sick because it really, you know, it's December 2014. That was the first run. But we'll see how it shakes and bakes as it starts running down to the lower end of this consolidation, which is $87. You know, each and every time, you know, it's got down there, it's basically said, nope, I don't want to go any lower, I'm going up. What you've seen, though, each and every time that it has come down there, in October of 2014, in December, and in January, your volume characteristic is much higher than the tops. So that little baby is screaming that it wants lower price. That's going to be pretty wild watching this whole thing shake out, no doubt. If we go take a look at JP Morgan, JPM, of course, JP Morgan inside the XLF. It's not the largest weighting structure, but it's a decent looking chart. And in fact, that, we're at 62.42, that is still a failure at highs. That's how this thing is shaking out right now. So if JP Morgan can't make it at highs, that's saying huge amount about where this market is heading. Because what we have had is this. Inside this market, folks, okay, your S&Ps hit a high out here. Your NASDAQ absolutely over the high. NDX is over the high. But yet there are many equities that are at much lower prices. And so what that's saying, of course, is that you have a small amount of equities that have brought these babies up. And, you know, we'll see how these equities trade, particularly when good old Apple's out here today. The Apple deal is going to be a big deal. Amazon, of course, that went topside on Friday, big time. And, you know, inside the Apple deal, what we're also going to get is this. The suppliers of Apple always love to trade off of what Apple is doing. Apple right now is up $1.99. You have 66 million shares traded. You're going into 69 million, which was the last high out there. And that in itself, by the way, was a low volume high. It certainly wasn't a high. Last time we had any volume on Apple was at 118. Okay, so what does that mean? That means that Apple can basically trade down to 118 when these numbers come out. Let me put this. This is going to be. Apple's always, you know, always good when Apple's coming out. Yeah, well, yeah, 120. If I put this on a weekly, watch how this baby shakes out. So we put this on a weekly. And what you're going to see is that the week of January 30th of 15, that is the number. That's the last time that Apple had any juice inside it. On a weekly basis, we did 465 million, made a high with 368 million, came off that high with 326. You know, last week you did 207. So 207 was going into 368. And, you know, we'll see where this whole thing does shake out. What we do have, no doubt, is that with the amount of equities that have blasted topside, you know, if Apple can't handle it, or as one of our tigers just said in the den, if Apple can handle it and go higher, and the NASDAQ still can't get any traction because the IBB is getting toasted and roasted, that's going to be a huge problem also. What you do have inside the IBB is that those equities today are coming off with volume, big time too. In fact, if we go over to Biogen, what you have, Biogen's in an ABC structure on the way down. 1 second. BIB. It's breaking the B point. Pull this over a little. There we go. Okay, so what Biogen's doing today is this. We've done 3 million shares. Your B point on this is 2.7 million. Well, it's a monster, too. Your A point is 480. Your B is 407. So you get a 77 bucks. Your C point is 432. So you're talking 350. And 350, where's it bring you? Watch this. 350 brings you right into the gap that was left over from January 29th. That high is 354. This is going to be, that's going to put a lot more pressure. REGN, let's say, what Regeneron is doing out here, that's down $7. That's not the end of the world. CEPH. BIB. IBB, 1 second. Let me see what's inside here. Okay, so Celgene, CELG, sorry, CELG, CELG. Celgene is trading off. It's at 114 right now. Down $4. Now this has a high volume low. You're trading 114 as a high volume low at 103. So there's going to be a lot more downward pressure on the biotechs, no matter what Apple does. So we'll see where this whole thing does shake out. What is starting to get, after the close out here too, what is happening, folks, is that we're going to have Boston Properties and General Growth, two of the large commercial real estate firms, come out with numbers. And the way that the IYR is trading, the IYR actually looks like it's an ABC structure on the way down. The IYR, which is the iShares Commercial Real Estate Trust, that little baby right now has been trying to get to a higher high since the 17th of April. Each and every time that it tries to get up there, it can't handle it. It's come off the high with volume. The high in this is 83.54. You're at 77.91. You get a high volume low that's hanging out there at 76. And then what do we have? Telling you, man, these October 15th swing points, man, are sick. You know, because it's like they're hanging out there. And as I had said a little bit earlier, AMAT basically went right after it, grabbed it, and they grabbed them. When they grabbed them, folks, they just like gap away. You know, they edge down little, and then boom, they just go right after them. So depending on how many equities you own, go look to see do they have high volume swing lows. A few of them don't. That's the bottom line. Let's go over and look at a few of these gold stocks, because what we have is this. Rheingold Resources. I'll start with Rheingold. As one of the Tigers was saying, it seems like they're selling these off, and they are. But this is what you have, and this is what's so cool. Rheingold Resources today is down 798,000 shares. It had a high of 76.22. You're trading 74.60. We did volume thus far 798,000. What that is pushing into the swing point from the 16th of April with accelerated volume. That's always good. And what's so wild about this, folks, it's never easy inside the gold market. It's always deviant. What's so cool here, what I like, no doubt, I love when I see stocks, number one, go into swing points, have the volume, can't hold price, after the fact that they've rejected lows on a continual basis. Bottom line, you could, and this is where the divergence comes in with the GLD. GLD is already in an ABC structure in the way up. It's confirming that baby out here today. XAU, HUI, they get wide price spread, accelerated volume. Also, in the XAU and the HUI, we won't get the volume until tonight. But it's not big volume that the XAU and the HUI need. They need about 28, 29 million shares. The XAU right now is at 72.10, and 72.10 has already made it through I'll put this up, through the downdraft from the March 6th area. That's a big number because that downdraft, it takes that type of cause to get through that downdraft. This is Tom O'Brien. This is TFNN. Dow Industrials right now are down 48. Nasdaq's off 35. S&Ps are off 10.5. And you can expect more selling as we come into this close, folks. Be right back.
Basil Chapman has just announced 2 live workshops that he'll be hosting April 28th and May 5th that only subscribers to his opening call will gain access to. On April 28th, Basil will host a 45-minute live online workshop, The Essentials of the Chapman Wave, where he'll teach the basics of the Chapman Wave notation that Basil created and uses daily in his trading and newsletter recommendations. On May 5th, Basil will host a second 45-minute workshop where this time he'll revisit the 1929 market comparison webinar and provide his attendees with an updated take on the socio-economic trends Basil has spotted currently taking place. If you're an opening call subscriber already, then your seat is already reserved. If not, then sign up for a 30-day free trial to the opening call today. You get a month of Basil's daily newsletter, The Opening Call, along with 2 live workshops coming up. Don't miss out on this offer. Sign up for Basil Chapman's opening call newsletter today on the front page of TFNN.com.
Do you know the 7 most critical factors that influence every decision you make and how not knowing these will jeopardize the health, the wealth, and the relationships you deserve? I'm Steve Rhodes, morning host at TFNN.com, and for the last quarter of a century, I've studied and used the secrets of human growth, the same formulas used by leaders of nations, billionaires and millionaires, and the most successful athletes on the planet. Would you like to break through any obstacle that gets in between you and the success you deserve? Would you like to turn fear into strength? If you could find a way to achieve, be fulfilled, and live a life of meaning, wouldn't you want to know the answer? I'll teach you the factors that control your state of mind and the drivers that impact every thought, emotion, behavior, and action we take in my new webinar, The Psychology of Trading. Join me for this 2-part online event where I'll unveil the secrets to human pattern recognition, because they're not what you think. And soon, you'll have the health, the wealth, and the relationships you deserve. Just go to the homepage of TFNN.com and click on The Psychology of Trading to begin your journey now.
TFNN is excited about our new software charting program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts. In collaboration with Tom O'Brien and using his best-selling book, The Art of Timing the Trade, Your Ultimate Trading Mastery System, David White has programmed an outstanding piece of software that will complement any trader's methodology. Using this first-of-its-kind program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts allows you to scan thousands of stocks for Fibonacci formation setups, including Gartley's, ABC's, butterflies, and much more. The Art of Timing the Trade Charts is designed to help you when scouring the markets for stocks just beginning to form the trading patterns that many investors spend days, weeks, or even months searching to find. And right now, we're offering licenses available at only $79 a month. We are so confident that you're going to love this new charting software that will even give you a 30-day unconditional money-back guarantee. Don't miss out on this incredible new piece of software. Get your copy of The Art of Timing the Trade Charts today by visiting TFNN.com.
Tom O'Brien's weekly gold letter, The Gold Report, gives complete and concise coverage of the entire gold market. Inside, you'll get Tom's commentary on gold, the dollar, the rand, the bond, the XAU, the HUI, and detailed coverage of nearly 25 mining stocks. He'll give you the entry price, price target, and stop price of each stock trade. The Gold Report is a long-term newsletter where the focus is on building real wealth through the management of a successful portfolio of gold stocks. With a lifetime of knowledge and almost 12 years of writing his informative weekly newsletter, The Gold Report, Tom O'Brien can provide you with the important market information to help you make better trades in the gold market. Don't let the next bull run in gold pass you by. To get a month-long free trial to The Gold Report, an $85 value, visit the front page of TFNN.com today.
No matter where you listen to TFNN programming, we want you to know you can always access your favorite shows on demand through TFNN.com. TFNN airs live programming every market day from 8 a.m. till 6 p.m. Eastern, and you can view each program by accessing Tiger TV through our homepage. We even have an easy link for all mobile devices, including iPhones and iPads, located at the top right-hand corner of the TFNN homepage. You can use your smartphone to view Tiger TV, but if you don't have a mobile connection that can keep up with streaming live video, then you can simply visit TFNN.mobi in the browser of your smartphone for live streaming audio of all of our programs. The mission of TFNN is to educate our audience directly and interactively through our interactive website and radio call and talk shows. TFNN is able to teach all levels of investors the technical skills needed to trade in today's marketplace. In order to get the best information possible, TFNN has assembled the most respected financial minds in the country to provide the most current news and comprehensive advice available. TFNN.com, educating investors. This segment is brought to you by TFNN. Test drive all the newsletters for free at TFNN.com.
Tom O'Brien.
Welcome back, folks. We have the Dow Industrials down 46, Nasdaq's off 36, S&Ps are down 10, and you can expect another little rundown on the S&Ps. They're hitting those E-minis, and they're hitting them with some volume. We're 2101 right now. I expect as we come into this close, we're going to be under this 2100 area. Let's go to Jim in Minneapolis. Hey, Jim, what's going on? How you doing, man? Okay, I know what he wanted to look at. He wanted to look at Hecla Mining. Okay, so Hecla Mining, folks, it's a silver miner, does business in the United States and Mexico. The low is $2. The high is $3.54. And I got him. Hey, what's happening, brother?
Tom, how are you?
I'm doing great, man. You having a good day?
Well, you know, we're excited up in Minneapolis here with the Wild winning their first series against St. Louis.
Yeah, that's good, man.
So now we get to take the Blackhawks on. I think Friday's starts again.
They're good, man. That's good.
Yeah.
You guys are good too, though. That's awesome, man. Our game, man. We're losing 3-2 right now. We're playing Detroit tonight, man, and we got killed by Detroit Saturday. So we'll see how this shakes out.
Yeah, it's fun to have a winning team up here. That's for sure.
Absolutely. Well, you guys, I mean, it's amazing that you don't have a lot more winning teams because there's so many individual great hockey players coming out of Minnesota, man.
Yeah, well, I mean, the Wild are great. We're just the Vikings of football. Well, they're building a big new stadium, so maybe that'll help. I don't know.
Yeah.
But hey, did you see that thing about Eric Sprout buying those two funds, the gold and silver trusts?
I didn't. No.
I thought I sent it to you. Anyway, I read it briefly, but he was talking about they were trading at discounts to NAV, and he bought, I think, about $1 billion worth last week of a gold and a silver trust.
Okay. Well, he's the you don't. I can tell you this: you don't want to buy any of his funds,
right?
Because he's the ultimate. This is what it is, folks. Okay, so check it out. His funds. Now he's going to make a fortune on it, but his funds have, always traded at a premium. Okay? And every single time it's at a premium, he sells more shares. So the bottom line, he gets to pocket millions where the shareholder doesn't. And in this case, what Jim's just saying is that he come in, he'll buy them under the NAV. They'll end up trading over the NAV because he has a good reputation as to how much money he's made. Unfortunately, what hasn't happened is that his shareholders don't make the money. But because I watched that, man, it's amazing watching how this whole thing shakes out, man. So
yeah, it's unbelievable. But just Hecla. I bought a little bit more here recently, and just wondering what your thoughts are there and what kind of price target you might see.
So what we have with Hecla is this. You're at 310 right now, and Hecla needs basically more juice. It's trying to make it through this March 6th area. Now, what Hecla didn't do is really get killed like the rest of these equities did. Do you know what I'm saying? Hecla was the first one to come off the bottom. Hecla came off the bottom, folks, in November at $2. It goes up to $3.54, pulls back to $2.65, and now it basically is building cause to get through that downdraft of the 6th. I suspect it's going to make it, but it definitely needs more volume, out here now. But I like the setup,
Gotcha.
But I want to see real juice, because listen, they're all basically doing pretty good right now. That's what it really comes down to. Today, what you have is that this market is selling them off. But as I just said a little bit earlier, you have a high volume swing going into it. And that's the deviance in the gold market. That's what it really comes down to. So.
Gotcha. All right, Tom. Well, great. I
Okay.
look forward to hearing your Apple comments after the close.
Okay, man. Have a great one.
Okay,
Have a
man.
safe one. Let's go to Woody in Denver. Hey, Woody, what's going on? Woody. Okay, he wanted to look at Royal Gold. Royal Gold, folks, doing the exact same thing. Now, this is pretty intense because what does happen with Royal Gold and Franco-Nevada is that they like to trade as to where the price of gold is going. What Royal Gold has done today, we've done 675,000 shares. That also is pushing into a swing, though, with escalated volume. We've given it up on price. It's down 42 cents right now. Bottom line, you can expect more of this volatility coming into the marketplace. Let me go look at Franco-Nevada. FNV is Franco-Nevada. And Franco-Nevada has done the exact same thing. Franco-Nevada, 688,000 shares. It's giving it up on price. It's still up 43 cents. It was up as high as 49.76. I mean, 51.22. Same setup. And you know what? The equities themselves have pushed into the swing point. They're pushing in there with volume. That's saying they're going to be right back up to that level. What's going to be intriguing is watching how the shakeout comes. When you're at highs like this and you give it up on price, what is always the danger inside the gold market is that they sell everything off. My take right now is that that's not going to happen. My take actually is that you're going to go topside in a big way. And tomorrow I'll walk you through a much larger take, but because what's going to happen is that I do the gold report tomorrow, and inside the gold report, that information is going to be in there first, because it just wouldn't be fair. But there's a lot happening inside the gold market, folks, and it is dynamic in a huge way, in a huge way, too, not in a small way. As we come into this close, of course, let's go back to Apple. Apple's coming out with its numbers at 4:30. So we'll see where that shakes and bakes. The way Apple is set up right now, you know, my take is at AAPL. Let me. Okay, so we're at 132.29. Yeah, that's perfect, man. You're at 74 million shares. The high's 133.60. You're pushing with some juice, but it's still not enough juice. My take is that we're dealing with 118.12. So it's going to be. I love these when they're coming out with numbers like that. There's no doubt. Hey, we'll see where this baby shakes out. The numbers on Apple, I don't believe that they're not going to break out their I watch numbers. What they did push out here early this morning is that they're saying that their iPhone sales in China, well, someone's pushing it out, have exceeded the sales inside the United States for the first time. So we're going to find that out at 4:30. They're looking for a jump of over 20% in their numbers. So there's going to be some big movement. Let's go over to the 3Qs for a second, because there's no doubt inside the NDX 100, you know, that's still the largest weighting. The IBB, no doubt, you know, has smoked that little baby today. And what the 3Qs have done, the 3Qs are at 110.18. The 3Qs, folks, only have to get inside 109.42, and that'll be a major failure. This is Tom O'Brien. This is TFNN. You stay right there. We're going to be coming right back. Dow Industrials are down 38. Nasdaq's off 33. S&Ps are off 9. Gold's up 26. Silver's up 71. We're going to be right back.
The following is a presentation of TFNN. The Tom O'Brien Show is produced every business day. Tom takes your phone calls toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-445-1044.
Let's go to Nick in Tampa. Hey, Nick, what's going on?
Tom O'Brien, it is an absolute pleasure.
Thanks so much, man. We appreciate you calling.
No problem. Dude, I've been listening to your show for about 2 years now, and it has just been wonderful. I listen to you, Basil, Andy. You guys do an amazing job.
Well, thank you so much. We appreciate you growling and prowling out here with us.
Now, Tom O'Brien.
Welcome, folks. This is Tom O'Brien of TFNN. We go 5 days a week. We go 10 hours a day. We go 24 hours a day on the internet at TFNN.com. Always remember, folks, whatever you think about, you bring about. Whatever you focus on grows. Hope everyone's having a great day, safe day. Let's make it a great night, folks. Lots of earnings coming out tonight. This is a quote by Richard Bach. To bring anything into your life, imagine that it's already there. Market-wise, let's take a look at it out here. We have the Dow Industrials down 42, NASDAQ off 31, S&P's off 8. Gold contract up $26.90, traded at $1,201 an ounce. Silver up 70 cents at $16.34 an ounce. Platinum up 25 at $1,149 an ounce. Copper up 2.5 pennies at $2.77 a pound. Light sweet crude off 31 cents at $56.83 a barrel. Bonds. We have the 10-year down 3 ticks, 129.09. 30-year up 7 at 162.25. And King Dollar down 189 ticks at 96.91. The euro is up 11 at 108, and the yen is up 11 at 119.10. Our phone number is 877-927-6648. Give us a call, folks. Want to know what's going on in your world. In the world of the S&Ps, let's take a look at them. What do you have out here? Bottom line, folks, you get over the highs, you close underneath them. That's a failure. You have lighter volume, all of the above. Your SPY right now is trading at 210.77. What that sets up, guess what? We got to 212.48. You get over the high of 212.24, close underneath it. That sets up bottom of the consolidation. That sets up, we're going to go after the 204.40. Pretty wild, too, because you had the NASDAQ break topside, folks, on Friday. And, you know, price-wise, it got away from its consolidation. Bottom line, didn't stay there long. And at 4:30, we're going to know whether it's going to stay there at all because Apple's going to be coming out with its numbers. The way Apple was trading out here says to me we're going lower versus higher. But we'll see this, and we're going to know it at 4:31. The 3 Qs closed at 112.26. The 3 Qs, if you get back inside the 109.42, that would be a major failure. As a breakout, what that would set up is that you're going to go right after the swing lows again, which were out there at the 104.24 level. Now, inside that, not only the NDX 100, the S&Ps, all of the above, I've been talking about this high-volume swing low for quite a while in October 15th. Take a look at AMAT. AMAT just basically not only went after it with a vengeance out here today. And it's not that this is the only stock. There are so many of these stocks. Piece by piece, inch by inch, that's where this market is basically taking equities, and that's where this S&P is going to be. We're at $19.97 on AMAT. Bottom line, high volume swing low. The high of the high volume swing low on October 15th. We're already in it. That was 20.34. The low is 18.63. The volume characteristic was 121 million. We did 217 million out here today. AMAT's going to slice and dice not only that swing low. AMAT now is going to go after the 1794 area from the 27th of September. And AMAT, this is what you want to wrap your head around also. Fundamentally, the way AMAT trades, folks, well, fundamentally, the way AMAT works is this. Is that this is a forward indicator. The reason why it's such a forward indicator is that AMAT makes the machines that are going into all these large plants. When they fall first, okay, watch out because all those manufacturers are going to be right after them. Why? Because AMAT doesn't get the orders. I remember this going all the way back to 97 on the way up because AMAT from 1998 to 2000 did approximately, I think they did about 7 ABC structures on the way up without stopping. It was an amazing stock. Gold contract. What do we have with gold? Wide price spread, accelerated volume, high volatility. Have to love the whole ball of wax. After rejecting lows on a continual basis for almost a month. Gold contract has 194,000 contracts today. You get an ABC structure on the way up. Gold's on its way up to this 1250 area. Silver had big price action underneath it today. Bottom line, same type of setup. That you can expect the divergence to continue out here inside that market because they're never going to make it easy, folks. Bottom line, silver explodes topside today, goes up 70 cents. We have volume of 69,000 contracts. Silver's trading out at 1635. Next stop on silver is up there at the 1740 area. Big numbers all across all these markets out here today. Bonds. We're going to take a look at the bond market. We use the TLT, and this one's going to be really interesting, man. This is just a, it looks to me that we actually, the TLT is trading at 129.07. The bond market, folks, as we came off that high January 30th, it looks that this thing does want lower price. Bonds themselves, if I look at the 10-year and the 30-year, what's happened is that, can it test the high again? Maybe. Bottom line, the way this is trading out here today, if the 10-year's trade at 129.09, it's telling me we're going to go to 125.29 first. Now, what you have happening, today's the 27th. The 29th, we have a Fed one-day meeting, okay? That information, I don't see them going up on rates. Bottom line, I don't even see them going up on rates in June. But the way that this bond is trading right now, people are starting to put their money, which they have been trying for a long time, saying rates are going up. But the way this is trading right now, it's saying, guess what? Rates look like they're going to go up. Probably only 25 basis points, but guess what? That's the start. And once you start, there's one way to go. We look at the King Dollar. Now, King Dollar is going to be the number. Why? Because King Dollar has released the most amount of information in the marketplace going all the way back from its high on March 12th. What King Dollar did out here today is this. We're at 99, we're at 96.92. The swing point that it's going after is 96.31. Now, we didn't hit the 96.31 today. You did 39,000 contracts. What I expect you're going to see out here is this. You're going to see King Dollar go after the 96.31 area. Now, what's really wild is this, folks, is that folks are trying to figure out, bottom line, how, the dollar has an incredible run, no doubt about that, and they're trying to figure out, okay, why, number one, is the dollar going down, as everyone's going to say it's going up, versus the euro going to parity? Well, guess what? What ends up happening, if you look at the European indices, they're screaming higher, have been screaming higher, and what that is doing is what? Well, as folks are cashing out of markets across the world, trying to jump on the bandwagon in Europe, okay, which is ready to implode itself, bottom line, what ends up happening is that they have to change their currency, and in this case, if you're going from the U.S. into Europe, you got to change them into euros in order to basically buy European stocks. So what has that done? What that has done is that it puts more demand into a euro versus the supply, and it's going to be wild watching this whole baby shake out. No two ways about that. After the close out here, there's going to be a lot of numbers coming out. If we go take a look at GDP right now, I believe general growth just come out. So general growth, that closed at 28.65. It's still trading. I wouldn't expect a lot of volatility in these real estate stocks. But what we will have, the estimate was 33 cents. General growth sees 31 to 33 cents. Boston property, that's going to be coming out with numbers. Boston property closed at 137.80. Let's see if they're out yet. Boston property's not out yet. The IYR in general, though, is looking that, number one, that it wants lower price. In fact, it looks like an ABC structure on the way down. The IYR failed at higher price today. We got to a price point of 78.73. Your lower price point that it wants to go after is the price point of 77.03. That had 10 million shares. The IYR looks to me like it's going to run down to this 74.31 area. So there's going to be big action right across all these markets. And there's no two ways about it. When we take a look at the we go over and we take a look at the small caps, the IWM. What we had inside the small caps out here today is this. This baby is screaming that it wants lower price. And the small caps, folks, have been really hard to basically bisect and dissect. Bottom line, we came off the highs with volume March 25th. You came off the highs with volume again April 17th. This baby's coming off the volume with highs IWM is trading at 124. This baby's on its way to 116 to 113. This is Tom O'Brien. This is TFNN. You stay right there, folks. We'll be coming right back.
If you're like me, you see the world's emerging nations as a very real opportunity, as these countries and their economies are developing right before our eyes. And you can rest assured that Everbank has spotted this opportunity too. In fact, they just recently unveiled the new 5-year market-safe Future Economy CD. This is a CD that could really deliver, but you only have until May 7th to take advantage. Consider the facts. If the Future Economy's currencies beat the US dollar over the CD term, you'll get all the upside. And should they lose, no worries. There's zero downside risk here, as you still get back 100% of your deposited principal. Intrigued yet? The May 7th funding deadline is quickly approaching. So hurry over to everbank.com/TFNN-CD for more information, including important product details and disclosures. Once again, that's everbank.com/TFNN-CD. Everbank is an equal housing lender and member FDIC.
If you're an active trader looking for that extra edge when it comes to trading and investments, then now is a great time to get a 2-week free trial to Tom O'Brien's daily market letter, Market Insights. Tom O'Brien's daily newsletter, Market Insights, comes out every market day at around 9:30 a.m. and provides Tom's daily commentary on the broad market, including the Dow, NASDAQ, and S&P, plus specific trade recommendations. There's even an update published most afternoons to keep you informed about the day's market activity. He'll give you the entry price, price target, and stop price of each stock and option trade. With Market Insights, there's nothing left to guessing. For all the details and to get your 2-week free trial to Market Insights started today, visit TFNN.com.
Tiger TV is an exciting way to experience TFNN programming. See high-definition video, giving you crystal clear charts, as well as seeing some of the faces of TFNN's highly acclaimed financial experts with crisp, full-fidelity sound. Catch Tom O'Brien, John Logan, Steve Rhodes, Basil Chapman, Larry Pesavento, Think or Swim, David White, Andy Hecht, and Daryl Martin in crystal clear, high-definition audio and video. Tiger TV, exclusively at TFNN.com. Trade with confidence and clarity while using the software that thousands of institutional traders rely on to make the best and most accurate decisions. Choose from 1,000 equities, currencies, and futures instruments utilizing the TAS architecture. As seen on Bloomberg terminals worldwide, the TAS Profile Scanner is a benchmark technical filtering system that thousands of traders rely on, and now you can too. For a limited time for TFNN subscribers only, we've reduced the price to just $97. That's over 75% off. John Logan hosted a special subscriber-only webinar in December, and you'll gain access to that archive as well, so you can learn exactly what the TAS Profile Scanner can do for you. Try this product out. No matter what you trade, the TAS Profile Scanner can help you make more informed trading decisions. There's no obligation to pay anything. Don't let this offer pass you by. Get your 30-day free trial to the TAS Profile Scanner today by signing up at TFNN.com. Many of our new listeners have heard about the Tiger's Den, but wondered, what exactly is it? The Tiger's Den is a lively community where professional traders and investors can meet, exchange ideas and information in a comfortable, moderated atmosphere. Hear all of your favorite TFNN shows, plus see all the charts as they happen, live during those shows, and have access to all those charts. You can test drive the Tiger's Den, absolutely free for 30 days. It will greatly enrich your knowledge of these markets. Details on the Tiger's Den are on the front page of TFNN.com. Tom takes your phone calls now. Toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-445-1044.
Welcome back, folks. We go over to TCS, which is the Container Store. Now, this equity's been a disaster. It goes public. They run the equity up from $18 up to $47. It closed at $21.69. It's trading right now at $16.76. And where's $16.76? Guess what, folks? October 15th's high volume swing low. Disaster extraordinaire. Now, folks, let's go over to our man, Mr. Basil Chapman at the Chapman Wave. And don't forget, every trading day right here at TFNN, 11 to 12 Eastern Standard Time, Basil does an outstanding program. Check it out right on your cell phone, tfnn.mobi. Now, come this week, our man, Mr. Basil Chapman, is doing what? He's got 2 separate workshops, folks. And if you're a subscriber, you can be in both workshops. How do you subscribe? You go to TFNN, go to newsletters, go to trading newsletters. You see the opening call. You can test drive it 30 days absolutely free. So if you want to be in both of these workshops, you can test drive it right now free. You're going to be right in this workshop. Basil Chapman, what's going on?
Hi, Tom. How are you?
I'm doing great, man. So the first workshop's tomorrow night, right?
Tomorrow night, and if ever there was a perfect time, this is it.
Yeah, action.
You were going to say?
Action, I said. That's right.
Action. Yeah, let me tell you what's going on. I spoke to you about this declining trend line in the Dow.
Okay.
And I said that this trend line has been extremely strong resistance for quite some time. The Chapman wave process is basically a very simple formula. You look for the lowest low bar and you merely count each successively higher peak. You count the peaks alphabetically, A, B, C, D. When you get to D, other things can happen, but D is really the requirement. That's what you expect.
Okay.
If you go from a buy signal to a buy mode. Let me move this away. What did we do today? We got to leg D at 18,175 in the Dow, hit that resistance and pulled back. The stochastic is quite weak, and the MACD is not that good. Look at this. The SPY, there's a technique that I'll be teaching tomorrow, how you can count the number of bars in a cup formation or an arch formation. The SPY went to a high at 212.24. The SPY is the S&P depository receipts. It trades basically you're trading the S&P 500 with the SPY. It's the ETF. So it goes with a little doji candle. I'll be talking about candles, and I'll be talking about doji candles, and it goes to a peak D, and that is exactly on the 25th of February, and it comes down to 204.12. That was the low, and that was the low on the 26th of March. Well, that was 21 sessions. It takes what? It takes Friday, and you get to a little doji candle, and it's just missing the high of 212.24. But there's a technique that I'll be teaching tomorrow as well. I'll be explaining how it works. It is the Chapman wave inside wedge. It's the dashed pink line, the rising trend line, and that coincides with a technique that goes from the left side to the right side in the same number of bars. Well, what happens? Today's the 21st day, matches exactly the decline from the top to the bottom, the last one. Today, leg E, and we go right on the 21st day to leg E. At the same time, remember the requisite is we want a D. There's the leg D in the S&P in the weekly chart. Here's another thing that's quite fascinating. A technique that I'll also be talking about and describing as part of my CD introducing the Chapman wave methodology is this technique right here. It is chapter 21 of my CD is right shoulder failure pattern. And what we look for is after a sharp rally that takes you to recovery highs, or most importantly, takes you to a peak D or E, you come down very sharply, and then you rally, and then you fail, and it makes like the lowercase letter H, but it's what I call a right shoulder failure pattern. Well, what did that today? An index that we're actually short via one of the ETFs, the IBB. It went to leg C, made a peak C confirmation on Friday, below the all-time high peak E at 374.97. And look at that plunge. And I spent a lot of time over the last week showing my subscribers exactly how we're looking for the reversal. And if it's going to work out, you would expect that the 120-minute chart would give you the clues, and there it is, peak D. That's exactly the kind of technique we're going to be working on. Here's another one. You just spoke about TCS, the container store.
Yes.
Well, look at this. What's the requisite in the Chapman wave to take you from a lowest, most identifiable low bar to at least a peak D? It goes from the low of, on the 14th of January, it goes from 1670 to peak D on the 13th of February, pulls back, starts a new buy signal to buy mode, goes to what? goes to another peak D, sharpest decline from the 24th. Then it does it again. Starts another buy signal to buy mode. What was the high last week? Or on the 14th of April? Peak D. 3 in a row, and I had no idea. I just did this when I saw in the den that the earnings came out and they were poor. It's down 24%. So these are the techniques that we're going to be looking at. And if ever there was a perfect time for this, it is right now, because you got gold falling sharply on Friday, having a very strong rally today, and gold, the GLD actually pulled back from a peak D that was made on the 6th of April. So the move that's occurring right now is going to be very important, because if the dollar index, which is making another one of the patterns that I'll be talking about, it's this cup formation. If it starts to break under 95.5 or gets to 95, that'll allow gold for the first time, which has held quite well, to actually start moving higher. So this is such an important period, and you've got all the different indices at either D or E. Look, here's the QQQ. Even whatever Apple does today, we're in leg C. It could be an alternate wave count in the Qs. That's the only index that has at least maybe one more leg to go to the upside. But you've got I just showed you the SPY. I showed you the Dow, and the leader of the pack has been the IBB. They took the biggest hit they've had in a long time today. That says it's all's not well there. So this is going to be a perfect time for a workshop like this, because this webinar will describe the type of patterns that we look for that repeat over and over, and what we can expect. And then what happens is that in a week's time, Tuesday week, I do my follow-up to the matching period of the late 1920s going to 1929 that we're in right now. Whether or not we may make a major top in the next 8 months or a year, I don't know. But we'll be looking at chart patterns and what I'm expecting over the coming at least 8 months to a year.
And folks, the way you do it, it's really simple in order to be in both of these workshops. You come over to our website at TFNN, go into newsletters, go into trading newsletters. You see the opening call right there. You can test drive Basil's newsletter, 30 days, absolutely free. So you do the test drive. That gets you into both workshops. If you like the newsletter, great. You keep the newsletter, you get charged 31 days from now. You don't like it, you can tell us you don't like it. Basically, it's free. You still get the 2 workshops. So check it out right on the front page of TFNN. Basil Chapman, you have a great one, safe one. Of course, we look forward to the show tomorrow and the workshop tomorrow night.
Thank you very much, Tom. Have a great evening.
Okay, man. You too. You stay right there, folks. We're going to be coming right back. And as we're coming back, those Apple numbers are going to be out. It's 29 past. They come out at 30 past, and it's going to be perfect because we got our man, Mr. Chad Coco from TD Ameritrade Thinkorswim. He's going to be coming up. He's going to be bisecting and dissecting, of course, the option market. And his show is on tomorrow from noon to 1. We're going to be right back, folks.
Tom O'Brien's weekly gold letter, The Gold Report, gives complete and concise coverage of the entire gold market. Inside, you'll get Tom's commentary on gold, the dollar, the rand, the bond, the XAU, the HUI, and detailed coverage of nearly 25 mining stocks. He'll give you the entry price, price target, and stop price of each stock trade. The Gold Report is a long-term newsletter where the focus is on building real wealth through the management of a successful portfolio of gold stocks. With a lifetime of knowledge and almost 12 years of writing his informative weekly newsletter, The Gold Report, Tom O'Brien can provide you with the important market information to help you make better trades in the gold market. Don't let the next bull run in gold pass you by. To get a month-long free trial to The Gold Report, an $85 value, visit the front page of TFNN.com today.
Basil Chapman has just announced 2 live workshops that he'll be hosting April 28th and May 5th that only subscribers to his opening call will gain access to. On April 28th, Basil will host a 45-minute live online workshop, The Essentials of the Chapman Wave, where he'll teach the basics of the Chapman Wave notation that Basil created and uses daily in his trading and newsletter recommendations. On May 5th, Basil will host a second 45-minute workshop where this time he'll revisit the 1929 online market comparison webinar and provide his attendees with an updated take on the socio-economic trends Basil has spotted currently taking place. If you're an opening call subscriber already, then your seat is already reserved. If not, then sign up for a 30-day free trial to the opening call today. You get a month of Basil's daily newsletter, The Opening Call, along with 2 live workshops coming up. Don't miss out on this offer. Sign up for Basil Chapman's Opening Call newsletter today on the front page of TFNN.com.
Do you know the 7 most critical factors that influence every decision you make and how not knowing these will jeopardize the health, the wealth, and the relationships you deserve? I'm Steve Rhodes, morning host at TFNN.com, and for the last quarter of a century, I've studied and used the secrets of human growth, the same formulas used by leaders of nations, billionaires and millionaires, and the most successful athletes on the planet. Would you like to break through any obstacle that gets in between you and the success you deserve? Would you like to turn fear into strength? If you could find a way to achieve, be fulfilled, and live a life of meaning, wouldn't you want to know the answer? I'll teach you the factors that control your state of mind and the drivers that impact every thought, emotion, behavior, and action we take in my new webinar, The Psychology of Trading. Join me for this 2-part online event where I'll unveil the secrets to human pattern recognition, because they're not what you think. And soon, you'll have the health, the wealth, and the relationships you deserve. Just go to the homepage of TFNN.com and click on The Psychology of Trading to begin your journey now.
You take a hands-on approach to managing your investments, and whether you're bullish or bearish on U.S. Treasuries, the ETFs from Direction Shares are there to help you magnify your perspective. Bull ETFs for a rising market and bear ETFs for a falling market. Direction Shares gives you the tools for both sides of the trade. Discover how we can help at DirectionShares.com today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction Shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction Shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction Shares at 800-851-0511. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors employing dynamic strategies. Investors in the fund should understand the consequences of seeking daily investment results, understand the risk of shorting, and intend to actively monitor and manage their investments. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC. Tiger Real Estate Opportunity Fund is currently offering 4-year first mortgages on many of the fully renovated properties that it has purchased. The first mortgages are third-party appraised with a maximum loan-to-value ratio of 70%, providing a secured investment that pays a fixed return of 5% annually, which works out to a monthly income of more than $416 per $100,000 investment with your principal intact and secured. These 4-year first mortgages are perfect for anyone looking for a secured investment that provides monthly income much like a CD. For more information, email tigerfund@tfnn.com or click on the Tiger Real Estate Opportunity Fund banner along the right side of the tfnn.com homepage, or call our office directly at 877-518-9190. There's a limited supply, so act now.
This segment is brought to you by Think or Swim. For more information, just click the Think or Swim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. And Apple just came out with numbers. So Apple closed at 132. It's trading 135. It's traded as low as 130. So the range right now has been 130 to 135. And bottom line is that they're going to up their buyback from 130 billion to 200 billion. And we'll see whether Apple can hold at these higher prices. Right now, let's go to our man, Mr. Chad Coco. This couldn't be a better time to go to Chad. Why? Because Chad does the best option program in the nation, folks. It's right here at TFNN every Tuesday, 12 to 1 Eastern Standard Time. Now, you can get all that programming, folks, right on your cell phone. TFNN.mobi. That'll get you the full stream. If you'd like to get Tiger TV, where you can see Chad's charts, just go to TFNN.com. On the right-hand side, you'll see a little box that said mobile devices. Hit that device. You get the audio, plus you get the video. If you haven't test drove the Thinkorswim platform, folks, do yourself a favor and go over and do it. It's an outstanding platform. I use it every day, whether we're trading equities, options, futures, or currencies. It's on one platform. Go to TFNN. You'll see the banner on the very top, on the side, either one you can hit. bring it up. It's efficient, it's fast, it's furious, and they keep upgrading on a continual basis. Chad Coco, what's going on?
How's it going, Tom?
Going great, man. So I love that we have you on when Apple numbers are coming out, okay?
Yeah.
Seriously, man. So talk to me about, I want to talk about what you're going to have in the show tomorrow, but talk to me about what the expected move was on Apple. And, I mean, the premiums, the premiums must have been high, right?
Yeah, they were, but not as high as I was expecting. So we're looking at a 57% implied volatility for that front month, which is about 10 to 20% higher than what we see usually on Apple.
Okay.
But not as high as some of the other earnings that we've seen coming out in the last week and coming up for the next week or so. The expected move on Apple is about $5.90, so we're definitely well within that. But the range is right there where it was at.
That's amazing, man. And you know what's amazing about that? Folks, so the expected range, what happens is this, is that it's not telling you which way it's going to go. But what the amazing thing is about that, when the range calms down, which that's what I'm hearing, from Chad, it calms down. And that's amazing, isn't it? When you're talking like an Apple, right? I mean, so things are calming down inside Apple, period.
It definitely are, yeah. So we're looking at the options market. You're seeing a huge amount of open interest at around 125 on the put side.
Okay.
So those are people using that expected move to place where they're using the put as a stop as opposed to just having a stop to be working on the market.
Yeah.
Kind of outside of where that expected range is. So if they missed earnings or had bad guidance or something coming up, and they just tanked, you have your protection there. You wouldn't have to worry about it bouncing down in the aftermarkets and hitting a stop that you'd get filled on and maybe they didn't really want to get out. Now you can actually take your time until Friday and consider closing out a position there if you need to.
How cool is that, man? Hey, you just brought up something about there's a few other equities that are pushing higher premiums, maybe sectors too. Man, I wish I could remember which one it was. I was looking at short an equity like last Thursday, and I pulled up and I was doing it in the option market, right? And I pulled up the premium, and it blew my mind. So what I had to do is I went back inside that sector. I just found another one. So it's really interesting, man, when some of the equities inside even a sector can really get juice into them, can't it?
It definitely can. So Twitter's reporting earnings tomorrow. Their implied volatility for tomorrow is at 115%. That's a massive amount of extra volatility in there.
Wow. Okay. So walk us through then what exactly that means.
So the volatility is one of the components that makes up the options pricing. So obviously you have how far in the money or away from where it's currently trading.
Right.
There's some other components in there. Volatility is one of those components that makes up the option prices.
Yes.
So the market makers are pricing in how much they feel like this equity could move. So they're giving themselves a little bit of a buffer in the options pricing.
Yeah.
So the higher volatility, as soon as those numbers come out, that's going to get all sucked out and it's going to come right back down to where it should be trading at.
Yes.
So if you're looking at an option on there, if you're buying it, you're going to pay a lot more than you probably should for that because of all that extra volatility, all that extra speculations the market makers are making.
Yeah.
But if you're trading the options, you can also sell that. So that extra premium, you sell all the extra premium, wait for the volatility to get collapsed. Even if you're wrong on direction, you can still usually have a winning trade just because of all that volatility getting sucked out of it.
This is so cool. So and don't forget, folks, his show is tomorrow, noon to 1 Eastern Standard Time. Get it right on your cell phone no matter where you are. Because I just pulled up the option chains on Twitter, and Twitter's at 5166, and the 52s, either the 52 calls or puts, you're dealing with $3 to $3.25. So what happens there, folks, is that you got to be right more than that $3 to $3.25 to make money. Yeah, that's intense, man.
Yeah, if you're long, or if you're going to trade a spread. So tomorrow I'm going to be talking about trades around these earnings and some of the high volatility here. So you can put on some kind of risk-defined spread. So a iron condor, a vertical.
Yes.
And then those will benefit from the volatility being sucked out. You could be right on direction and get a winning trade, be wrong in direction, but be right on volatility being sucked out, which is going to happen, and still have a winning trade, even if you're wrong on the way it's going to move.
That's pretty intense.
Kind of cool.
Yeah, no, it's really cool. And don't forget, folks, so tomorrow, 12 to 1 Eastern Standard Time, right on your cell phone, TFNN.mobi. And as you're going overnight, if you don't have a Thinkorswim account, check it out. They'll put some paper money. You can trade with paper money inside your account. Chad, you have a great night, safe night, and, of course, we look forward to the show tomorrow.
I'm glad to be here. Have a good one.
Okay, man. Have a great one. Thanks so much. So let's go just back over to Apple for a second. The thing that's amazing, folks, is that, number one, that was the expected move basically inside Apple. Apple Apple's at 134.52. And, we'll see, basically, does it have the juice to stay up there? But I can tell you that Apple investors in general, they're not going to like just a $2 move. That's a big problem. Let's get a Costas in Burlington. Hey, Costas, what's going on, brother?
Hi, Tommy. I'm in Arlington.
Arlington, that's a beautiful thing, man. Hey, how you been?
Doing good. Haven't called in a while.
I know. Good to talk with you, man.
I was down in Florida.
Oh, that's a beautiful thing, man. And now you're back up, and of course, so we're bringing the spring into Arlington, I hope.
Oh, yes, I hope so.
Cool, man.
Kind of cool, though.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah. Tell me, where is Procter & Gamble going?
Okay, so let's take a look at it. Procter & Gamble, $80 off a high of $93. Okay, so this is pretty sick. Okay, so let me pull this up. Put this on a monthly basis first. Monthly basis. Okay, so put it on a monthly. You got... Oh, this is dangerous. Okay, so a monthly basis cost this, right? When we broke out, when we broke out the December 1st of 2012, it didn't have the juice, and now you're coming back with some juice. Last month we did 201 million shares, so that's saying that you can get to the 71.94 area. Where I'm going with that, I'm going to the highs of October of 08. It'd be really hard to break that down at that point. I mean, it was 630 million shares. That shouldn't, well, hey, you know how this deal goes. If it goes into it with volume, yeah, I can break it. But that's where I'm going with that, baby. That's what it looks like.
All right.
Okay, man. Well, listen, thanks again for calling. Thanks for holding. Really appreciate it, man.
Thank you.
Okay. Let's go back over to Apple, because Apple's going to so picture what you have with Apple also, folks, is that what's going on with Apple is that when you have a $200 billion buyback, okay, that is a monster in itself. When I take a look at, so the buyback previously was $130 billion. They came out and said, okay, we're going to do another $70 billion. That's, yes, it's a blank check. There's no two ways about that. Bottom line, though, that is a problem. So Apple says expanding capital return program to $200 billion. They're going to raise their buyback authorization to $140 billion from $90 billion and increase its so they did both. It increased the quarterly dividend to 52 cents from 47. They see third quarter revenue of $46 billion to 48. That's the estimate. The estimate was $47 billion, so that's right in the middle. They see gross margin, they're a trip. So the gross margin estimate was 39%. They see gross margin of 38.5 to 39.5. They see earnings per share come in. The estimate was $2.16. They come in at $2.33. Their revenue, the estimate was $56.03 billion. It came in at 58.01, so they beat that. And they said international sales accounted for 69% of the quarterly revenue. The gross margin was for this quarter was 40.8%. The unit sales, they sold 61.2 million iPhones. The estimate was 58 million. They sold 12.6 million iPads. The estimate was 13.6, so the iPads were down. They sold 4.6 million Macs. The estimate was 4.7. So when you wrap that, they sold more iPhones. The estimate was 58 million. They sold 61. They sold less iPads. They sold less iMacs. This is Tom O'Brien. This is TFNN. You stay right there, folks. We're going to be coming back. Dow Industrials closed down 42. NASDAQ off 31. S&P's off 7.5. We're going to be right back.
Platinum, grains, crude oil, gold, copper, cattle, hogs, gasoline, natural gas, coffee, cotton, cocoa, and sugar. These are just some of the commodities mentioned in the most recent issue of Andy Hecht's Techno-Mental Commodity Report. Andy publishes his weekly newsletter every Thursday morning, where he breaks down the commodity market and provides his subscribers with specific trading recommendations based on his trading methodology. By signing up for a free trial to the Technomental Commodity Report, you'll get a full 30 days to try out this powerful newsletter service and see for yourself the types of trades Andy has recommended for his subscribers. When you sign up for a 30-day free trial, you're under no obligation to pay anything. And should you decide to continue, you'll lock in the low rate of only $79 a month. Sign up right now for the Technomental Commodity Report and make sure you're ready to catch the next big trade in commodities. For more information and to get started today, visit the front page of TFNN.com.
The Path of Least Resistance is David White's daily trading newsletter, and if you're looking for active trading ideas, then now's a perfect time for a 30-day free trial to this powerful daily trading advisory service. David uses his years of trading experience to offer his subscribers his trading ideas each morning in his Path of Least Resistance newsletter. Using a combination of equity trades along with options, David keeps his subscribers up to date with all pertinent market information with intraday afternoon updates when warranted. Don't miss out on this great chance to get a 30-day free trial to David's daily newsletter, The Path of Least Resistance, with no obligation to pay anything. David has been delivering solid recommendations for his subscribers recently, and if you'd like to see the type of newsletter he delivers every morning, then visit the front page of TFNN and you'll find The Path of Least Resistance under Trading Newsletters. For all the details and to start your 30-day free trial today, log on to TFNN.com now. TFNN is excited about our new software charting program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts. In collaboration with Tom O'Brien and using his best-selling book, The Art of Timing the Trade, Your Ultimate Trading Mastery System, David White has programmed an outstanding piece of software that will complement any trader's methodology. Using this first-of-its-kind program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts allows you to scan thousands of stocks for Fibonacci formation setups, including Gartley's, ABC's, butterflies, and much more. The Art of Timing the Trade Charts is designed to help you when scouring the markets for stocks just beginning to form the trading patterns that many investors spend days, weeks, or even months searching to find. And right now, we're offering licenses available at only $79 a month. We are so confident that you're going to love this new charting software that will even give you a 30-day unconditional money-back guarantee. Don't miss out on this incredible new piece of software. Get your copy of The Art of Timing the Trade Charts today by visiting TFNN.com. Has the current market volatility continued to stop you out of trades when the market spikes against you? Now is the perfect time to open up an account with Nadex. Nadex, the North American Derivatives Exchange, is a brand new, completely regulated Chicago-based exchange, and unlike most other exchanges, Nadex allows you to trade directly through them with direct market access when using their completely free trading platform, which also features real-time charts and full customization capability. One of the advantages of trading with Nadex in volatile markets is that your risk is always capped and you have the ability of keeping your trades open even when the market spikes against you. Nadex is completely brand new with a line of unique trading products that are unavailable anywhere else. See how it works at nadex.com. That's NADEX.com. Or click on the Nadex banner on the front page of TFNN.com. Futures and options trading involves risk and may not be appropriate for all investors.
Who says you can't take it with you? TFNN says you can. With your mobile device and TFNN's live radio streams, TFNN has put it all in the palm of your hands. No special apps to download. No subscription fees for live radio or Tiger TV streams. We say you can.
Each and every time that the dollar ticks higher, S&P wants higher price. Each and every time that the dollar's ticking lower, guess what? S&P wants lower price. Dollar, the metals, and the S&P are going tick for tick.
We say you can. The Tiger Financial News Network. Smart investors and professional traders know you can. TFNN.com. Educating investors. This segment is brought to you by TFNN. Test drive all the newsletters for free at TFNN.com.
Tom O'Brien.
Welcome back, folks. Dow Industrials finished down 42, NASDAQ off 31, S&P's off 8.5. no doubt Apple will be basically in the news tomorrow. Bottom line is that Apple's trading flat right now, and we'll see what time conference call comes across. But bottom line is that a flat Apple is not what Apple investors are going to be looking for, particularly with a $200 billion buyback. That is saying quite a bit. So we'll see how this baby does shake out going overnight. The IBB, okay, is going. It looks like the IBB is going to be the fuel of the NDX 100, because if Apple stays flat, bottom line, the IBB today got toasted, roasted, came down and came down hard. The IBB, folks, did 4.3 million shares today, and this was the nice little catalyst for basically the NASDAQ going higher. And what the IBB had done is that it had already come off its high with volume. It come back up, tested that high with lighter volume. The first time that we came down on the 25th of March, and that baby was vicious on the way down. It went from a price point of 374 to 333 in 5 days. Now, that's how the IBB travels anyway. It's not like that's different. What you do have, however, is that you go back up to the highs again. You go back up to the highs, and you do that with 1.2 million versus 3.3. And all it did, it got into the low of the high. We got to the last high, we got to 362, and the low of the high was 360. What does it do? It blows off that high and does about the same amount of volume it did in the first time down. We did 4.8 on the first time down. It's done 4.3 today. So what does that set up? Well, first off, what it sets up is going after its lowest swing point of the 333. And, we'll see. You break that swing point of 333, you're going to be down there trading out at the 292 level. That's how that is shaken out right now. If we go over to HIG, bottom line, HIG, which just come out with numbers, that's Hartford Financial Services. Of course, this is the huge insurance company. This closed at $41.40. This is trading right now at about the same price. And the estimate was 97 cents. They took in a $1.04. Their Hartford Financial Services, the insurer that sold life units to focus on property casualty coverage, said first quarter profit fell 5.7% as results deteriorated at the P&C units. Net income dropped to $4.67 or $1.08 a share from $4.95. Bottom line, it's not that large of a move. We're at 41.40. This baby has hanging out there. That has a high volume swing low on in February at 38. Let me see if this is hanging out here with a October swing low. No, it's the February swing low first. Actually, it's the February swing low. That's where this baby wants to go after first. If we go take a look at Rent-A-Center, which is RCII. Rent-A-Center closed out here today at $27. Let's see. Rent-A-Center closed at $27.04. That is trading at $29.40. Let's see what they're saying. Okay, so Rent-A-Center, the estimate was 50 cents. They took in 52 cents. That's the bottom line. Top line, the estimate was $860 million in revenue. They took in $877. This Rent-A-Center, man, this is pretty intense because what does Rent-A-Center do? They have the franchise stores, the company-owned stores, and man, if the prices that Rent-A-Center get, folks, are absolutely just outrageous. You're renting things for these outrageous prices. But what this is saying inside the economy kind of in general, at the lower part of the economy, it's saying that folks basically are getting more comfortable going out there once again, renting large things that basically they can't afford. The good news is they're getting more comfortable. The bad news is that if folks saved more money and then bought it, you'd be a lot better off. You know, it blows my mind actually that a company like that actually takes in $890 million. But I guess it shouldn't blow my mind. Okay, so what are we looking at tomorrow? What you're looking at tomorrow, folks, is this. Is that right? Even with the Qs. The Qs right now, even with Apple basically moving around. Well, Apple's not moving that much. The Qs don't have any traction. The Qs closed at 110.26, down 28 cents. They're trading at 110.36. So the catalyst is going to be the biotechs. The Qs closed at 110.26. If the Qs gap down, what is going to happen is that there's going to be a little island top that's hanging up there. Those are always dangerous. At highs, they're particularly dangerous. You know, we'll see how the weeklies and the monthlies shake out. But what you would have is that you'll have a island that's hanging out there. The biotechs would be the catalyst inside of that. Tomorrow, we're also coming out with a slew of earnings. I mean, the amount of earnings that are coming out before the open, after the close, big numbers. The next big deal out here is going to be inside the Federal Reserve. Federal Reserve on Wednesday will be coming out with a statement as to short-term rates. And what's that going to run? That's going to be running all about the gold market, folks. Bottom line, what we had out here in the gold market today is that you had wide price spread, you had accelerated volume, you moved higher, you did 194,000 contracts. We're at 1201. You know, each and every time that we have come up to these levels, and this is from the downdraft that was created out here February 17th as well as March 6th. Now, the March 6th downdraft, we're over it by 50 cents. The February 17th downdraft, the top of that was 1232. The bottom was 1204. That downdraft, okay, when you go back to the February 4th downdraft, that little baby, however, did not have the volume that we had that we've just made through the March downdraft. The February downdraft, the February downdraft's big too. Yeah, it is. The February downdraft's big too. So that's what the next power through is going to be happening. The GLD set up for a 119 price point. That's an ABC structure on the way up. This is Tom O'Brien. This is TFNN. Always remember, folks, whatever you think about, you bring about. Whatever you focus on grows. And whatever you want in life, folks, visualize it like a nice big motion picture. Step into it, take ownership of it, and fly with it. Thanks for being here, folks. Have a great night, safe night. Look forward to speaking it right back here tomorrow. Go get them, folks.